cooperation, and peace in fulfilling our responsibilities. May we ask for you for your blessing and guidance when we ask your eyes to see the wonderful things from this activity. Please stand by for the Philippine National Thank you. Please stand by for the Philippine National Anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Wow. Strategy. Pag istorya ko, ano nga mga pagkakit ko dapat ang ipangin? Daraga ko nila niya. Ano sa pag-isa? Ibig sa kumakas. Di-off ko nito.
At this juncture, we're going to have our welcome remarks. Man is firstly passionate and strong-minded. I now present to you Miss Clyde B. Boliseg, her welcome remark.
Thank you, Miss Cheryl. To our respective principal, Madam Myrna V. Laurio. To our school director, Reverend Father Marcelo M. To our guests, fellow teachers, and participants from junior and senior high school, a pleasant morning to everyone. Career guidance is a comprehensive developmental designed to assist individuals in making and implementing informed educational and occupational choices. This career decision then results in their social, financial, and emotional well-being throughout. It is the most important tool that can we use to develop our educational system. And the only way our school can produce most productive academicians as it helps the learners to make up their mind early enough. This program will help the students from junior to senior high school to allow themselves to choose from the different academic options suited for their capabilities and styles in learning as they go beyond basic education. To our student, please do not let this chance be gone, because this will be your tool in preparation for your college years. And as you combat your fears, remember that this activity will lead you to where you are suited. For more in-depth knowledge, about this career guidance, I would like to formally open this activity. Once again, good morning.
Thank you so much. That's been a very wonderful message coming from our guidance coordinator. Right now, we will be proceeding on the introduction of the first guest speaker. To introduce the first guest speaker, at this juncture, I may now call on Miss Mary Velio, one of our senior high school teacher.
To our distinguished guests, to our school director, Reverend Father Marcelo M, to our active and kind-hearted school principal, Madam Myrna V. Laurio, fellow teachers and students, good morning. The task of introducing our first speaker is both an honor and privilege, for he is a man of virtue and simplicity, and I feel elated to introduce him to everyone today because this man is a living inspiration to young minds, coupled with an impressive background, and it was not surprising, therefore, that he is a graduate of Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in Biological Science at Dr. Emilio B. Espinosa Sr. Memorial State College of Agriculture and Technology in 2016, and was able to pass the board licensure examination for professional teacher in the same year. He finished his Master of Arts in Education, major in Science Education at Dr. Emilio B. Espinosa Sr. Memorial State College of Agriculture and Technology last June 2020, and is currently pursuing his Doctor of Education, major in Educational Leadership and Management at Bicol University. He served the academy for almost 4 years, being a senior high school teacher at Immaculate Conception Academy for 2 years, and rendered 1 year as assistant principal in Liceo de Aroroy. He is currently working at the Basingstoke College of Education as contract service instructor. Ladies and gents, I am proud to introduce to you a man of virtue and wisdom, none other than Mr. Alvin Masamok Mahawan, licensed professional teacher, Master of Education. Thank you.
Yes, we can do let's go ahead and do our virtual clap. You can go ahead and open your audio. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Ano wala ba talaga Miss Mary Ann?
Sir, basta presenting na po ako, sir.
Apo, sige. Thank you so much. Of course, I would like to thank from the topmost of the Masaya we're in. They have served as part parcel of my academic pursuit. Syempre, our superintendent, the president, of course, of the Masaya, Most Reverend Jose S. Bantolo DD, and the Vice President of the Masaya. At the same time, our Superintendent, Reverend Father Hill Cordova, and the rest of the Masaya staff. It is not just a mandate, alam natin. Hindi naman na it's a mandate as we need to conduct career guidance, and at the same time, we want to look into the corners of educational pursuits of our young ones, itong mga estudyante natin, wherein it was always coined by Reverend Father Genius Mansalay. And of course, to the school director, Reverend Father Marcelo S.M. And ayan, batang-bata pa ang ating school principal. In terms of the support, both emotional, lahat na lang. I admired most our school principal, Madam Myrna Laurio. Thank you so much, ma'am. Sabi ko nga, one call away lang ako depending on the schedule and there some arrangements. Anything that I can offer to Masaya, kasi love na love ko talaga ang Masaya, private schools, kasi dyan ako nagsimula for how many years and up to this time. Kaya sabi ko, I'll continue to support in any means. Okay? So, naka-mask lang ako kasi nasa library ako. Medyo, alam niyo na, health protocol dito. Kaya naka-mask ako. Anyway, gusto ko, kumusta ba? Kumusta kayong lahat? Especially the students. How was your your situation as of right now? Kumusta kayo?
Naman po, sir.
Ayan, thank you so much. And of course, thank you so much, Miss Maren, for the introduction, ano? So, I do hope that with my presentation, you will get something wherein you'll be guided, especially the grade 10. May I know if we have grade 10 participants here in grade 11? Because most of my presentation would caters the grade 10 and the grade 11. But perhaps this would also include the grade 12 students. If you're still having the big question on what is really a senior high school, because right after my talk, Sir Jeter Ken will talk about, he will focus on how will you exit in the senior high school? Paano kayo lalabas? Would it be right after right after you finished senior high school? What comes next? Ano kaya ang susunod? And you will be guided by Sir Ken, our brilliant one. Magaling si Sir Ken. Kaya I opt to invite Sir Ken to become part of this uh, career guidance. All right. Allow me to present. Okay. If you can see the screen, if you were able to view my screen, will you please type one in our chat box, please? Just type one in our chat box. Ayan. Thank you so much, Miss Mary Ann. All right. So let's continue. Thank you so much, Mr. Adoptante. Ayan. Thank you. Let's proceed. So we'll be dealing with Key to 12. Ready ka na ba? May I ask the grade 10 students and grade 11, do you consider yourselves as ready for the senior high school this time? Will you please type yes or no? Sige nga. Tingnan natin if you assess yourselves, try to assess, am I ready for senior high school? Paki-type nga ng yes if you are. If you're ready. And if you're not, pwede namang no. Yan, si Night Night. Sinong Night Night? Anyway, ready na daw si Night Night. Darily, very good. Venice, Aiko, Julius, Rosemary, Christine, Ego, Wency, Christine, Ira, Princess. Ayan, thank you so much. Basically, most of you, almost majority, you know already what is a senior high school. Okay, let's proceed. So my presentation would include the following parts. At ito lang, dito tayo magpo-focus. The first one is getting to know senior high school, the basics. Alamin natin what are the basics in senior high school. And paying for senior high school, it is because since we are in the private school, is there really the payment system? Paano ba ako magbabayad? May bayad ba ang senior high school? Okay, because we will be dealing with the voucher. Third and last part of my presentation would include the getting ready for senior high school, the curriculum, because it is a need for you to at least better understand what are the things included or within the curriculum of the senior high school. Okay. Now, let's have the first one. This is the reason why in Debit Order number 41, series of 2015, embedded or stipulated in the order that the grade 10, 11, and 12, these are the levels wherein there is the so-called intriguing, malaking issue siya. There is an issue wherein there are students from grade 10 that might continue they have this dilemma. Parang iniisip nila, nahihirapan sila na, do I have to continue grade 11 or senior high school? Kasi grade 10 na ako eh, comparable to the previous curriculum natin, di ba? Kami nga, in our case, mga kasabayan ko, yung teachers natin sa Liceo, kasabayan ko, nag 4 years lang kami. Eh, kayo ngayon, may senior high school na. Pwede ba ako mag-proceed o pwedeng hindi? Okay. So, what is senior high school? Senior high school refers to the last 2 years. Alam na natin yan. The grades 11 and 12. So, the key to 12 is your key actually. Key to the world, to your dreams, and to a better life. Bakit to the world? Because just like learners, you are aged all over the world. You too will benefit from educational system suited for the 21st century. Now, we are fortunate actually, class. I consider to my dear participants, sinasabi kong maswerte tayong lahat. Bakit? Ngayon kasi, halos nilalaanan na ng malaking pondo ang ating educational system. If you notice, in the tertiary level in the Commission on Higher Education, most of the SUCs or state universities and colleges, even LUCs or yung tinatawag natin na local universities and colleges, there are things wherein they were granted with the provision to have the universal access to tertiary education. Anong ibig sabihin ng universal access to tertiary education? Wherein as you enter a certain institution, wherein yun ay recognized ng CHED. Pag-recognize siya to offer certain courses na free, pasok sa universal access to tertiary education, wala silang binabayaran actually. Ibig sabihin, ang laki na ng parte ng edukasyon sa Pilipinas kasi pinaglalaanan na siya ng panahon ng ating gobyerno. Alright? And to your dreams, the things you will study in senior high school are based on your interest. Senior high school will be your stepping stone to be with what you want to be after senior high school. Kaya ibig sabihin, my dear participants, na kailangan yung senior high school na tatahakin natin is meron na tayong path. Dapat hindi tayo palipat-lipat. Ibig sabihin nun, when we plan, make sure that our plan, we have the established goals to address that, to target that one. Kagaya niyan, if I want to enroll in GAS, General Academic Strand, to mention a few, bakit ako mag-GAS? Bakit ako mag-UMS? Bakit ako mag-EBM? Bakit ako mag-STEM? Kasi, that is the propeller. Kumbaga, yun ang tagatulak sa inyo papunta sa inyong pangarap. Okay? Yun kasi ang parang, ibig sabihin, kung tayo ay aakyat ng ilang buildings man yan, how many story buildings, kung piraman inakapalapag, that will serve as our ladder, yung pinagsimulan natin from our grade 11 or from grade 10, 11, and 12. Next, to a better life. Senior high school equips you with the knowledge and skills to pursue a better life and help your family and community. Because most of the academic exits, most of the activity in the senior high school is that more of it is the application to the community. Kasi ngayon nahihirapan lang tayo. Kaya maganda nga if we have this, kaya you have the work immersion, you conducted investigation, you post different research activities. Kasi we're trying to uncover underlying issues, challenges that is prevailing within a society. Kunyari, sabihin natin sa barangay lang ng Puro, sa Bariis, sa Paniki, sa poblasyon. What are the prevailing issues or sabihin natin scenario na there's the problem in there? Then we try to assess on that kasi yun ang kinakailangan, yun ang pinaka-purpose on the establishment of senior high school, that we at least have the contribution to the community. Okay. So what's it in it for me? Ano ngayon sa akin? Kasi the K to 12 in senior high school were designed with your best interest in mind. They are products of years. Kagaya niyan, yung iba, we are affected because of the pandemic. We are affected with our dreams actually kasi yung iba, I want to pursue this track. It is because I have my plan that right after finishing senior high school, there's the tendency that this is the offshoot to my college. Yung pipiliin natin. Ngayon, kasi the first implementation of the senior high school, my dear participants, we are in the transition. But naka 5 years na tayo. Naka 5 years na ang senior high school and that means there's the tendency na we are about to reach the optimum level of efficiency and effectiveness of the curriculum. Kasi ngayon mag-out. There are teachers na mag-out and there are some na who will comes in, na babalik, especially in public schools. Wherein, it might be na they are that effective when it comes to instruction and when it comes to research because our curriculum is that of it keeps on enhancing, we keep on to upgrade kasi nasa upgrading system tayo. Kagaya niyan, your teachers previously they are following the curriculum guide, but because of the research, planning, and consultation this times, they are following the most essential learning competencies na kung ano yung nababagay sa ngayong panahon. Alright. Do you agree with me, my dear my fellow teachers? Naintindihan ba, my dear
Yes, sir.
participants? Ayan, thank you so much.
Yes.
The question is, can I go straight to college when I finish grade 10? Ito ang tanong. But the answer is no, because the law now prescribes senior high school as part of compulsory basic education. Take note with the compulsory basic education because senior high school considered as part of our basic education. Nasa secondary level tayo. Once fully implemented, nung implemented siya ng 16-17, talagang obligado na. But there are SUCs for the information of the group. There are SUCs na nagtatanggap ng kahit grade 10 graduate lang. They graduated as grade 10. Ina-accommodate nila ito. Just like, I have this, I just don't know in PUP. It is because one of my former classmate in high school asked me, nagtanong siya, sabi niya, gusto ko magdiretso ng gusto ko mag-college, pero hanggang fourth year lang ako, pwede pa ba? Sabi ko, try to look for a school wherein they are still accommodating those graduates from basic education, yung dati pa. Pero kung ikaw ay nasa Key to 12 na, that you are grade 10, ka na graduate, hindi tayo po pwede mag-proceed ng senior high school unless otherwise you are a graduate of basic education, yung BEC pa, yung dati yung first year, second year, third year, and fourth year. Again, lilinawin ko ha, once you are in the grade 10, Key to 12 graduate, you cannot proceed to college immediately without having first the senior high school level. Okay. This is because on May 15, 2013, ayan, President Aquino signs the Key to 12 into a law, the RA 10533 or the EBEC, Enhanced Basic Education Act. Okay. What if I don't want to go to senior high school? Sasabihin ng grade 10, ayaw kong dumiretso ng senior high school. You'll need to finish senior high school to complete your basic education. Otherwise, you'll be a grade 10 or junior high school completer only and receive a junior high school completion certificate. Kaya nakaka-receive tayo ng when we finish basic education in the secondary level, we receive two certificate, yung completion certificate, and you only receive diploma once you finish senior high school. Graduating from senior high school may lead to the following class. Etong apat na to ang pinaka-importante. The fourth, usually tinatawag natin itong 4 exits. Papaliwanag sa atin lalo yan ni Sir Ken kung alin kaya dito. Do I have to target? Alin ba ang i-hit ko dito? Alin ang papasukan ko? Employment ba? Entrepreneurship? Higher education? Or would it be middle level skills development? This is the reason why career guidance is a need for you to assess on which of these things and on which of this uh,
Christian J, screen mo. Stop sharing the screen.
nawala ba ako sa screen, I think.
Yes, sir. Someone is sharing a screen right now. Kristen J. Manlacan, can you go ahead and stop sharing? Stop presenting, sir.
Okay na.
All right, I think we're good. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Alright, thank you. Sorry. Okay. So again, ulitin ko, we have the four exits and dito tayo mag-assess. We're going to evaluate, try to reflect. Iisipin natin, kasi pagdating natin class sa senior high school, hindi na ito joke. Kailangan seryoso na tayo dito. Sasabihin natin, ang high school dapat chill-chill lang, parelax. No. Pwede tayo magsabihin natin na chill-chill or we enjoy our high school days during your junior high school. But once you enter senior high school, this is a different story. Ibang story na class ng senior high school. Kasi, eto na tayo, we're going to focus either employment, entrepreneurship, higher education, or middle level. Iisa-isahin natin ni Sir Ken yan mamaya. Okay. To give you a glimpse on the four exit, employment opens up more employment opportunities for graduates. Kasi kung gusto natin, I want to land a job already. Senior high school graduates of the TVL, especially dun sa TVL track, may apply for TESDA Certificate of Competencies. Pwede na tayo magpa-certify to TESDA since one of the agency that composed of the senior high school curriculum is that yung TESDA, part sila. And of course, kasi sa TESDA class, if we are willing or we wanted to target employment, the connection or the collaboration with TESDA is a need kung talagang gusto natin mapadali ang employment natin. Because TESDA, there are different technical companies and corporations wherein TESDA is linked to na madali tayong ma-employ. And you have also entrepreneurship. Kasi I am a graduate at TVL. I know how to manage a business. I know how to create a feasibility study. Alam ko kung paano mag-balance ng isang scenario. Ano ang klase ng business kasi nag-entrep ako eh. So, I will target entrepreneurship. I don't want to proceed to college. Maglaland ako gusto ko na magtayo ng sarili kong negosyo. Ang DTI, di ba ngayon, mapapansin nyo ang DTI, with the Go Negosyo, nagpapautang sila, parang nagbibigay sila ng initial capital for you to land a business. Pwede yon. Third exit in senior high school is that yung higher education. So by the time you graduate from senior high school, you will have the standard, you've already the knowledge, the skills, and competencies needed for higher education. Kasi I am a graduate of GAS, I really wanted to teach. I want to proceed with education. Kasi gusto ko na maka-earn ako ng baccalaureate. Gusto ko magpakadalubhasa. So I wanted to proceed sa higher education. Next is middle level skills development. Ano ang MLSD? This is the standard requirements built into the TVL track, ensure that graduates have good job knowledge in their chosen specializations. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Kasi, graduate ako ng TVL, beef, bread, and pastry production, pero gusto ko magpakadalubhasa. Pwede pa rin ako makipag-connect sa TESDA. In the same way, the senior high school graduates are better prepared for college if they are also better equipped for developing more specialized skills. Ibig sabihin, parang gusto ko pa, I am willing to be enriched. Payabungin pang lalo ang skills na meron ako. Okay. Proceed. Will senior high school ensure employment when I graduate? Take note, senior high school equips you with more tools for future employment but does not guarantee that you will get hired. Kasi sabi natin, oh, nakabutang man dito, employment ko no, madali ako makatrabaho. Pero ang istoryahan naman, in terms of the standards you possess and the capabilities you possess, pati ano ba ako sa ninabagay? Is it important to remember that employment is just one of four of the exits that senior high school leads through? The others are entrepreneurship. So, kung feeling mo, ay, bagandili ako pwede sa employment, sige, ano na lang ako, negosyo na lang. Ay, college na lang ako, kay kaya pa man ni daddy, ni mommy. Okay. So, what senior high school can provide are just the choices and opportunities for you. What about in terms of the payment? Paying for senior high school, the voucher program. How much will senior high school cost and what will mama and papa pay for? Senior high school class is free for public high school students. For public. In the case of private high school students, cost will vary depending on the school. Private high school students will only be given government assistance to make senior high school affordable. Eto na ngayon kasi I came from a private school. Tatanungin natin sa sarili natin, galing kasi ako sa private school. Kaya gusto ko private school pa rin ang papasukan ko for my senior high school. Or gusto kong mag-college sa ganito sa private school. Ano kaya? May babayaran ba ako? Ito, your parents or the ones sending you to school need to spend for your daily allowance expenses such as transportation to and from school and depending on the policies on the payment system that a certain private school imposed or implemented. Kasi may mga coverage man lang class and voucher. Kailangan maintindihan natin ha, kasi ang voucher natin may kino-cover lang siya na certain amount on a certain category. Kasi nakakategorize siya according to area or lugar. Kung diin lang siya pwede. Kumpira lang na ang amount ang sulod sang iyo voucher. What if I want to transfer to a private or non-DepEd senior high school? You can get financial assistance to pay your tuition fee through the voucher program. All grade 10 completers from a public junior high school who wish to enroll in a private or non-DepEd senior high school automatically get a voucher. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, there are, I think, transferees from public school to our grade 11 students. They are automatically being accommodated under voucher system. Okay. May I know kung meron tayo dito ng grade 11 na galing sa public school? Meron ba tayo dito na participant from public school na lumipat sa Liceo de Aroroy? Kasi Liceo de Aroroy is a private school. Meron ba tayo? Hello?
Ako po, sir.
Ayan, si
Hello po,
EJ.
sir.
Ayan. Just like, for example, EJ. Mr. EJ, you're from what school previously?
Kabitan.
You're from Cabitan. Oh, imagine, from Cabitan National High School. Cabitan National High School is a public school. Then, nag-transfer siya into a private school wherein free siya in terms of the tuition fee. Take note, class, it's the tuition fee and other school fees. Okay, proceed tayo. Thank you, AJ. Do grade 10 completers from private schools also get a voucher? Ito ang tanong. Because we have grade 10, I know, wala pa pala tayo. Yung grade 10 natin, may I know kung andito ang grade 10? Please type 3, number 3. If you have grade 10 participants here, please type 3. Yes, si Kay Cyril Rabino, Paula Pinera, Anya Marie, Angel Soronio, Julius, Donna Rica Albao, Jude, Aaron Vins, Lexa, Orteza, Night. Kanina pa participative si Night. Thank you so much for your response. Ayan, meron tayong grade 10, but unfortunately they are not an ESC grantee. Tama ba? Hindi sila ESC grantee or ESC recipient. Tama ba? Hello, grade 10. Grade 10. Hindi kayo ESC grantee, no? Or recipient? Nagtutuition kayo, grade 10. Tama? Opo, sabi ni Night Night. Sino kaya si Night Night?
Si Venice po yun na, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Ayan. So, hindi sila nagtutuition. It is because during that time, Liceo de Aroroy is not yet an ASC certified by the PAAC. For the information of everyone, ha? Tandaan natin, class, PAAC or the Private Education Assistance Committee. Sino si PEAC or Private Education Assistance Committee? Ito yung thrusts, THRUST, thrust na binigay ni DepEd para hindi na aasikasuhin ni DepEd ang pagproseso ng lahat ng dokumento pagdating sa ESC at saka sa EVS or yung Education Voucher System. Si PEAC, si PAYAC, siya na ang nag-aasikaso ng mga dokumento na isasubmit naman ni PAYAC papunta kay DepEd. Ayan. Kaya ibig sabihin kung if we want to apply for, kung mag-a-apply tayo for a voucher, usually, nagpa-process talaga tayo papunta sa PEAC or sa PAYAC. Pero maswerte tayo sa Liceo de Aroroy. Why? Si teacher or si school principal, siya na mismo or si guidance coordinator, siya na mismo ang magkukolek doon sa mga estudyante na hindi ESC grantee. Siya ang kumukolekta ng mga requirements at siya na ang magpa-process papunta kay PEAC para hindi na masyado mahirap at hindi sila mahirapan pagproseso. Madali na lang. And at the same time, there is the tendency that you have 100% chance na makuha ka, maka-avail ka ng voucher system. Kasi, ito ha, for the information of grade 10, uulitin ko, kasi ang pinaka-usual, the normal processing for voucher system is that kayo ang mag-a-apply papunta kay PAYAC na parang sasabihin nyo na ako ay mag-aaral sa private school na ito. Nakuha? Ibig sabihin, kung kayo ay, sabihin na lang natin, ay gusto ko mag-grade 11 sa Liceo de Aroroy. Masabi si Liceo de Aroroy, okay, i-process mo ang imo voucher system kung gusto mo magka-voucher. Ikaw na estudyante or si parents, kamo sina ang ma-process pa? PAYAC. Online siya na gina-applyan. Mahulat ka pa sang result, kung maka-avail ka ba, but the advantage of having it processed by the school personnel sa Liceo de Aroroy is that there's the tendency. Why? Because there is already the established certification on that school. And once you are being processed by that school personnel, ibig sabihin, the standards are observed or being looked into na sa'yo. Kaya may tendency na, okay, accommodated ka na sa voucher system sa private school na yan. Okay? So what can I do with the voucher? Anong gagawin ko sa voucher? The voucher can cover part or of your entire tuition including miscellaneous fees. The voucher is honored in private high schools, private universities or colleges, state or local universities or colleges, or technical vocational schools granted permit by DepEd to offer senior high school. Kagaya ng mention ko kanina, yung that includes SUCs or LUCs na gusto natin kasi there are colleges, may mga colleges, my dear participants, na nag-offer sila ng senior high school just like PUP, Arellano University. Okay. Will my voucher allow me to choose schools? Voucher ba magsasabi na pwede ako pumili ng eskwelahan na gusto kong pasukan? The answer is yes. The voucher will allow you to choose any private or DepEd school granted a permit by DepEd to offer senior high school. You may still choose to enroll in public senior high school though you won't need a voucher for this. Pwede man. Kung feeling mo ay wala talaga akong voucher, ang kagandahan lang class, nga nag-a-apply tayo for voucher is that to at least minimize the amount of tuition or the amount of fees that we are about to pay in a certain school. Kagaya ng sa pamantasan ng sa pamantasan ng lungsod ng Manila, PUP na lang tayo. Sa PUP kasi class, masyado malaki ang tuition fee. At ang cover lang doon ng voucher is I think around nasa 18,000 plus. Since ang kanilang tuition and miscellaneous fees ay umaabot ng 24, sabihin natin 24,000. Ang laman lang ng voucher mo dapat sa highly urbanized cities or doon sa NCR is 18,500 lang. There's the percentage. So, ibig sabihin, the remaining amount doon sa 24,000, yun ang babayaran natin. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng voucher natin. Other aspects of voucher. Okay. Anyway, I will entertain questions right after my talk. Okay, is the voucher a real piece of paper? What does the voucher look like? Ano ito? No, it's not a paper. The voucher is not a real piece of paper. Even though it has a real monetary value, think of it as a money in the bank that will be made available for you to pay your tuition fee when you enroll in a private or non-DepEd senior high school. But only for that purpose. Ito ang tanong. Kasi I have this experience, may na-experience I just don't know if Ma'am Myrna were able to remember this one. Wait lang, kami nag-grinder. Sorry lang, Bid. Saglit lang, saglit lang. Sorry. Nag-grinder, they are nag-set kasi sila sa mga cortina sa library. Sorry lang, Gid. Saglit lang. Okay. So, continue tayo. Di ko lang alam kung natatandaan pa ni Ma'am Myrna kasi may nagtanong, sabi, ano po ba yung voucher? Mahahawakan po ba namin or sa amin ba darating talaga sa estudyante yung pera? Kasi imagine malaking halaga. Imagine around 9,000 or 12,000. Mahahawakan ba ni estudyante? Ang tanong. Hindi po. Kasi the processing of your voucher from bank to another bank na yan. Hindi yan mahahawakan ng estudyante kasi the supposed established tuition fee of a certain school, yun ang nakalagay kay voucher. Sabihin na natin, si Liceo de Aroroy, ang tuition fee ng senior high school natin, sabihin natin 18,300. Kung wala kayong voucher, babayaran nyo talaga si 18,000. But since you are a graduate from a public school, you are automatically be granted with the voucher, automatic granted ka na. So yung 18,200 or 300 na yon, bayad ka na nun. Kasi si DepEd na ang nag-usap nun at saka si PAC papunta kay Liceo de Aroroy. Nasa bangko yun ni Liceo de Arroyo automatic. Hindi yun mahahawakan ni ma'am, hindi yun mahahawakan ni principal, kundi nasa bangko ni Liceo de Arroyo. Diretso yun. Kasi that is the established tuition fee declared by the school to the office of the PAYAC and to the office of the regional officer of the DepEd. Okay, I hope na medyo klarado sa atin yun. Kaya hindi talaga natin mahahawakan yung voucher na yun. Okay po? Okay, proceed tayo. So it's like money. The voucher has real monetary value but it's not legal tender, meaning It can be transferred to another person. Either it can be sold or nor used to buy goods. The money value of the voucher is solely for the purpose of paying part of your entire tuition fee when you enroll in a private or non-DepEd senior high school. It is not mm, compared to kunyari, yung mga grants natin or yung mga binibigay grants from a certain educational institution just like DUST, DSWD, yun talaga nahahawakan ng estudyante. Kunyari, nagkaroon ng subsidy, kasi sa DUST, if you are a DUST scholar, you will enjoy book allowance, board and lodging, lahat na, transportation allowance, meron ka. Talagang mahahawakan mo yung pera. But the voucher, the purpose of your voucher is solely para lang gayud siya sa imo tuition kag miscellaneous fee. Okay. The full voucher value depending on the location of the school, kagaya ng mention ko kanya, depende kasi class sa lugar. Ayan, kaya kung gusto naton ay ang gusto ko mag-enroll sa mga kilala na university. Kaso kay ang tuition, sabihin natong 40,000. Paano ang sulod lang gali sang voucher just like this one. The full value of the voucher in the National Capital Region is 22,500 only. Take note class sa NCR ina siya. Yung sabihin ang voucher mo dito is 22,500. So kung ang tuition mo, ang tuition sa na school ada sa 30,000, ito na nabibilin, amo na lang itong babayadan mo. Kasi may voucher ka na 22,500. The full value of the voucher is in highly urbanized cities outside NCR is 20,000. Ano yung mga highly urbanized cities? Just like Iloilo, Davao, Bulacan. There are 8, I think. Kasi tayo hindi naman tayo highly urbanized. And the full value of the voucher in other cities and municipalities, dito na tayo belong. Na ang voucher, ang nilalaman ng voucher ni natin, since we are in this category, nasa category C tayo, nasa 17,500. Yun ang pinakalaman ni voucher. The monetary worth of your voucher depends on the location of the school you will enroll in and on the type of voucher recipient you are. Kasi nakadepende pa sa lugar. Kaya it is expected that a senior high school institution is equipped with what is necessary in a certain track, in a certain strand being offered. Kasi malaki ang laman ni voucher. Okay. Public grade 10 students get 100%. Dito lang tayo nagkakaroon ng konting disparity. Maswerte si public students, grade 10 students, who are willing to enroll in private school kasi nakakakuha sila ng 100% of the voucher value. Take note class ha. Ibig sabihin yung galing sa public school na mag-i-enroll sa private school, wala silang babayaran kasi makaka-enjoy sila ng 100% ng value ng voucher na yon. Pero, private grade 10 students who are ESC grantee get 80% of the voucher. Imagine, tayo nasa 17,500 tayo. Pag nag-continue tayo sa private school, ang nakukuha lang pala is 80%. So kung doon tayo sa mga school na strict, private school na strict, may tendency na, kung ang tuition 17,500 man, 80% of that, amo lang ang sulod sa voucher ko. In other words, the remaining fees is babayaran ko na. Okay? And private grade 10 completers who are not ESC grantees can also apply for vouchers worth 80% of the full voucher value. Ito naman yung hindi non-ESC grantees. Dito belong, itong category na to, in this part, belong yung grade 10 natin. Still, makaka-enjoy pa rin sila. Kasi yung mga ESC na dati, they have this ESC number. Yung grade 7 natin ngayon, 7, 8, and 9, in Liceo de Aroroy, meron silang mga ESC number. Kung magi-grade 11 sila, yung number na yon, hindi na sila mag-a-apply for voucher sa PIAC kasi yung number nila, yun ang i-convert into voucher. Yun ang babasihan na number, yung unique number. Ang question, yung grade 10 natin, kasi nag-tuition sila, and at the same time, hindi sila ESC grantee. Pwede pa rin kayo maka-enjoy or maka-avail ng voucher value pero a-applyan nyo siya. Pero in the case of Liceo de Arroy, hindi na. Kasi si teachers na, si sir, si ma'am na ang magpa-process ng dokumento nyo. Okay po? So whether you are a grade 10 completer from public high school or a grade 10 completer from a private junior high school, you get 50% of the voucher value if you enroll in a local or state college or university. O, imagine ha, sa SUSES and LUSES, yung category kasi previously mentioned, intended for DepEd schools. Ito kasi, these are local universities and state colleges and universities, just like the BSMSCAT, or I mean, schools offering senior high school. So sa atin, parang Osmeña, I think. May high school ang Osmeña, ang MC. May high school Sinda. So pag nagklase kita dito, 50% lang galian, may enjoy naton. 50% of the actual value of the voucher. So imagine, 17,500, 50% of that, amo lang ang akon makuha. Okay, proceed. Let's have the type of student. The public grade 10, private grade 10, and senior high school enrollee in LUCs or SUCs. Ito na yun. The yung National Capital Region, we've made mention, 22,500. Kung halika sa public, 100%. Masulod sa voucher man, 22,500. If you came from a highly urbanized cities outside NCR, ayan, 20,000. For other municipalities, 17,500. That is for public grade 10. Without private grade 10, 80% of the voucher value. That's why you have 18,000, you have 16,000, and 14,000. Ito ngayon, klase yung sinasabi ko kanina na highly urbanized cities. That includes, basi gusto nyo sa Angeles, Pampanga, sa Bacolod, sa Baguio, Butuan, Cagayan de Oro, Cebu City, Davao City, Jensan, ayan, Iligan, Iloilo, Lapu-Lapu, Lucena, Mandawi, Olongapo, Puerto Princesa, Tacloban, and Zamboanga City. Yun ang mga highly urbanized cities outside NCR. Okay. Kasi, ito class, ang actual value ng 20,500, that is actually the actual value. Pero ang maa-avail lang ni private grade 10 is just the 80% of that. Kaya 18,000 lang. Okay po? Kaya makikita nyo, ma-identify nyo na sugad kung gusto nyo talaga magklase sa private school or universities. Sabihin natin, ay gusto ko sa PUP, kaya may high school. Imagine, pero dito ang tuition. Daka maabot sin 30,000, sabihin natin, or diin pa na private schools. Pero naton lang ang sulod sang voucher nato, nasa 11,220 lang gali. Let's proceed. Does my voucher have an expiration date? Your voucher is good for use only in the school year immediately following grade 10. Even without a voucher, you may still enroll in senior high school, and after 1 or 2 years of completing junior high school, you may enroll in a public senior high school or a private or non-DepEd school at your own expense. Ay, gusto ko na pasaga-saga lang inang voucher, kaya ko man mag-tuition, so be it. You enroll in different schools, in various schools offering senior high school, as long as it is a DepEd recognized, permitted by the DepEd. May permits hinda, recognized hinda. Kasi basi magka-problema kita kung may senior high school nga ni, ura man sinda sin permiso, hali sa DepEd na mag-offers na track or strand. The voucher can be availed only for 2 successive school years. So, ito ha. So, if you fail the first year of senior high school during your grade 11, your grade 12 tuition will not be covered anymore. Anong ibig sabihin? Ang voucher tabi ninyo, sakto lang gayud panduwa ka tuig. Kung sang grade 11 naton, nabagsak kita, repeater kita, nag-voucher ka sugad. Balik ka, next year, grade 11 ka gyapon, ma-voucher ka na naman. nakapasa ka na. Pag grade 12 mo, wala ka ng voucher. There are tendencies talaga, there are cases na mga irugsan eh. Lalo na sugad na ang senior high school, dili naman transition. Anong gusto sabihin sa transition? Itong mga panahon na pag-offer sa senior high school, nagakamang pa, nangangapaan, gobyerno, ang edukasyon, ang DepEd, kung panahon ang senior high school. Pero sugad, igwa talaga sin mga cases. Okay? How do I get my voucher? The monetary value will be automatically be paid by DepEd to the senior high school you enroll in. O, diretso na siya, pakad sa bayad dayon na siya. Kaya dili na maagi sa kamot ni mama, ni papa, or ni estudyante. Getting ready for senior high school. Okay, so before we proceed with getting ready for senior high school, may I bring you to Mentimeter. Please go to mentimeter.com. Okay, pakitry nga ako nito. Please go to mentimeter.com and try to use the code A2 as projected in the slide. Punta lang po kayo sa mentimeter.com, then you'll be asked to input a code. Pakisulat ng 8253159. Naka-project sa screen. Then I just want you to write your kahit first name lang bago yung sagot nyo. Ito, senior high school para sa ating grade 10 at 11 at college naman para sa ating grade 12, okay? Senior high school or college life, ready na ako because ayan, you support or you try to support this one. Dugtungan nyo ang sagot na ito. Kakaintindihan po? Grade 10, 11, and 12. Okay po. Just go to mentimeter.com. Then paki-input yung code na 82. Sir, ano po ang code? Nasa screen 8253159. Pwede man ang aton teachers mag-participate, pero iba na sa inda. Life ready na ako. Ready na ako sa life because, ayan, trending baga ang because. Ready na ako sa life because, I just don't know if Miss Marian is ready na sa life. Same with,
I think so, sir.
Thank you so much, Miss Cheryl. O ready na siya. Si Miss Gemma, ready na din yata. Si Miss Clyde, of course. Pwede man mag-participate, Just go to mentimeter.com, then try to input the code 8253159. Then, sanay na ako masaktan. Walang pangalan. Meron ng sagot. Sanay na ako masaktan. Ready na daw siya sa college because sanay na ako masaktan. Kahit anong sagot lang. Pwede English, pwede Filipino. It's up to you. Sige. Ayan. Immune na kami sa stress. Joke. Walang pangalan. Try to input your name. First name lang, tapos sagot. Because of the gravity of the earth, I think I am enough independent. Ayan. Thank you so much. Very significant, relevant in this time of situation, in this education restriction kasi. Ayan. I think I can handle challenging things. Pwede. Especially we are expected to be flexible enough. Kailangan we must be always ready in shifting from a certain activity. Kailangan magaling na tayo kung tanday papalit-palit. Wala akong choice. Bakit wala kang choice? Pakilagay ng pangalan, please. Na, graded ko na ni sir nyo. Sige ka mo. Your participation daw will be graded. Walang pangalan. Wala akong choice? Bakit wala kang choice? Who else? Sino pa? Gusto ko yung sagot na I am enough independent, can handle challenging things. Maganda. Immune na kami sa stress. Basta no choice po, sir. No choice? Sige lang. Right after the talk of Sir Ken, I hope na meron na tayong parang we have now the view kung saan talaga tayo patutungo. Kasi tatanda natin class, we are in these challenging times. Hindi sa lahat ng panahon nasa magandang katayuan tayo. In other words, kailangan kahit paano alam na natin, ayan, I already found who I am. Wow, thank you so much. You're trying to emphasize here na parang nakikilala natin ang sarili natin kung sino ba talaga ako. Para ako kanino, para ako saan, at ano yung para sa akin. Ayan. I want to learn more. Perhaps you will pursue your higher level education. Because I want to give my best in college life. Very good. That's an interesting idea. That as you proceed in college, kailangan you have to give your best. Kaya nga, yung common lang na quotation natin, give your best and God will do the rest. Ready na ako because we should have beauty with a heart. O, di ba? Tama yan, Ma'am Cheryl. O, sinong Cheryl ito? Miss Cheryl, tama yan. We should have the beauty in the
Try
heart.
ko lang, sir.
Not beauty in the heart and embedded in our brain. Pero there should always be the heart. Kailangan may brain.
Yes.
Opo, kailangan natin yon. Princess Joyce, I just think I can do it. Do not just, maganda. Think and do it. Maganda nung comparison. Thank you, Princess Joyce. Bren lang malakas. Because I think I am ready to enter or study college to make my parents proud. Gusto ko to. Ah, trying to elucidate here, yung to make my parents proud, na talagang there's the bond, there's really the strong connection between you and your parents. Ready na ako because I want to experience another level of hardship. Talagang interesting ito. I just want to experience another level of hardship. Mga risk taker ito. Maganda ito. I just want to emphasize this. Maganda na maging risk taker tayo, class, kasi the time that we experience something unique, something na parang na-challenge tayo, parang nahihirapan ako dito but I want to give my best. Gusto ko ma-experience pa rin ito kasi I want to uncover things up. Okay, para sa iyo ang laban na to, nano ini siya. I am ready to conquer the real world of struggle and survival. Ayan, thank you so much. I think I'm ready to be independent and to try my best for the challenges. You must be ready because, yes, my role, tama gayod, you must be ready because I think I'm ready to handle new challenges and be an independent one. Tulusuluhan ini siya pag-abot sa panahon. I'm independent, focused, and motivated enough to handle challenges that will make me more skillful in the profession that I will take. Vines Kalimutan, and I thank you. Well expressive si Vines. Thank you for your response. Kaganda, no? And going to college is a akala ko big bang, big challenge because I need to pursue my future goal. Ang dami yung goal nito. Ready na ako because I want to experience another level of hardship. It is a stepping stone to achieve my dreams for my family. Yan, strong bond and strong relationship with the family. Kaya na san utak ko. Dapat lang angel. Kailangan maging kaya mo. Okay? I want to add new experiences to my book of life. Wow, book of life. Kasi class, actually, para tayong libro, nasa libro tayo, no? The first page, we were created by God as a book. The first page is that yung time na nabuhay tayo. At yung last page ay yung time na mawawala tayo. Or yung cover natin sa last page, book part. Yung first page, yung nabuhay tayo at yung last page is yung mawawala tayo. That is why, yung center pages are empty. empty yung pages na yon. It's up to you how you are going to create your own story on that book. Either these things are successful, these things are misery, or nasa sa atin na kung paano natin isusulat ang story natin sa librong yon. Kung gusto natin na maganda ang storya ng buhay natin, it's up to us. Okay? However, upon looking into your responses, maganda ang magiging story ng buhay nyo. Magiging mala MK na kayo. Ready na ako because it's for my future. Tama. Ready na ako because it's a prong. I'm ready because I want to achieve my goals and my dream. I'm ready because of I want to be a seaman kung di pa pala rin. Pirata na lang. O, ikaw. Pero, class, I know that you are just trying to emphasize here good vibes. That's a good thing, ano. Pero, ayan, do not quit. Oh, nag-quit na ako sa ML. Pwede. Pwede man mag-ML, pero 1 minute pwede na. Nag-open lang, close dayon. Okay? Alright, thank you so much for your participation. It seems that you are all active in this endeavor. Let's proceed with the last part of my presentation in this slide, getting ready for senior high school, the senior high school curriculum. Let's define what is really a curriculum. Si Sir, kanina masabi kong si Sir, ginaparasabi ang curriculum. What is really a curriculum? Curriculum, my dear participants, refers to the knowledge and skills you're expected to learn. Kasi buntanan na ang libro, ang content, ang sasabihon ni Sir sa eskwelahan, these are the curriculum. It includes the subjects you need to study in the competencies you need to have before graduation. These are the things or the reasons why we are assessed, we are evaluated by our teachers. Masabi ka mo, naman kay permis si sir nagapa quiz na lang. We keep on frowning. Nagreklamo kita si sir, quiz naman, recitation naman, synchronous meeting naman. It is because perhaps in the academic policy of your teacher, one of the components there is you have to render an oral participation. Kasi that is part of the curriculum. Okay. Para masabi ka mo na you are a graduate of the senior high school. Tell me about senior high school curriculum. The senior high school curriculum includes 3 types of subjects class. Kailangan mastered natin ito, the subjects. Why? My dear students, this subjects has a big, or it will pave the way, it has a big significant contribution on the subjects offered in the college once you proceed to higher level or higher education. Kasi pag nag-proceed kayo class sa college, amin ang ginasabi na hayahay. When you concentrate, when you focus on these 3 subjects in senior high school, that includes the core subjects, the applied track subjects, and the specialized track subjects. Ano-ano ito sila? Okay. The senior high school curriculum subjects, yung core subjects natin, there are 15 core subjects that all senior high school students will take. I think in person of, I have seen Mr. Sino nga ito? Miss Rica, your former student. Mr. Bernard. Mr. Bernard is a transfer. I just don't know. Kaya importante ito sa'yo, Bernard. I just don't know if Bernard is nasa meeting siya. Importante na malaman mo, it's not a good thing. No? We keep on relying our academic pursuit to our parents. Kailangan alam din natin ang foregoings, ang goings sa aton, ang whereabouts. Padiin na ba kayaan akon ginaklasihan? Kasi aming ginasabi ko sa iyo per may class, na dili sa tanan na oras kaupod naton si Iloy, si Ama. From time to time, let's have our own disposition. Paano ba? Little by little, we have to stand on our own foot. Kailangan makatindog kita sa diri nato na tiil. Okay. So, we have 15 core subjects. 2 are different if you are under STEM. There are core subjects include language. Dito lang naman tayo nagsa-cycle. Language, humanities, communication, mathematics, science, social science, philosophy, and PE and health subjects. Ano-ano yung applied track? Kaya masabi ko, research naman, work immersion naman, survey naman. Kasi nga, applied track subjects. These are subjects that develop the same competencies using different content based on your chosen track or strand. Ano naman yung specialized? These are the sets of subjects based on specific specialization. The content and competencies they cover different based on the chosen track or strand. So I have to pick track right away? Yes. Before entering senior high school, you will need to choose a track. The applied and specialized track subjects you will take depend on your chosen track. Actually, nakadepende sa school kung ano ang kanilang ino-offer. Ayan. The question is, ready ka na ba? Ready na ba tayo? Grade 10 and grade 11. What about our grade 12? Are you now ready for college? Ready na ba tayo? Hello? Ready na ba tayo?
Hi, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ayan, dapat lang. Very good. Ready na.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Now, okay, because I think I have come to my last slide. This will be the last part. Okay, I have here the question. I want you to respond on this by uh, having your answers on our chat box. Sa chat box na lang. Question number 1 natin. How many years are added to high school because of the senior high school program? Pakitype nga. May prize ito kay Sir Myrold. Ang makapag-answer una. How many years? Ayan, si Christian Manlapas ang nauna. How many years are added? 2. Tingnan nga natin. Answer is 2 years. Very good. Very basic. Very elementary. Okay, next. Question number 2. What are you called when you finish grade 10 but does not want to enroll in senior high school? Ano ang tawag natin? Ayaw mo mag-enroll sa senior high pero graduate ka ng grade 10. Ano ang tawag sa iyo? Your answer is completer, Eliza. That's the correct answer. Tama si Eliza. Sir Myrold, ikaw nang kita sa answer. May kuno ka mong prize kan Sir Myrold. Question number 3. What are you called when you finish grade 10 but does not want to enroll in senior high school? Same thing. Okay, same thing pa rin. Next question. How much does it cost to enroll in senior high school in public school? Eto. Kasi importante ang sa voucher. How much does it cost to enroll in senior high school in public school? Magkano ang bayad sa public school? Or papano? Christian, that's true. Wala po. No cost because it is free. Participative si Christian ah. Next question. Who automatically gets a voucher for enrolling in a private or non-DepEd senior high school? Sino ang automatic na makakuha pag nag-enroll sa private or non-DepEd senior high school? What's the answer? Very good. From a grade 10 completer from public schools and grade 10 completers from private who are ESC grantees. Next question. There are 4 senior high school tracks you can choose from. Name 2 using their complete name. Sige nga. There are 4 senior high school track. Track only. Tracks. Magbigay nga ng dalawa. Senior high school track. Gas and STEM is wrong. Track. UMS is wrong. UMS and gas is wrong. These are the track class. Mali ang gas and UMS ha. For the information of the group, these are the track. Academic track, technical vocational livelihood track, sports track, arts and design track. Daily academic, ayan. Makinig ha. Ang track na sinasabi natin class, academic, TVL, sports, and arts and design. Ito yung 4 na track. Tandaan natin ha, track ang pinag-uusapan natin, hindi strand. Next question. There are 4 strands under academic track. Name 2 using their complete name. Okay, ngayon, strand. Meron daw 4 na strand sa academic track. Ano-ano yun? Sige nga, UMS and ABM. Gas and UMS. Meron pa. And STEM. Ito yung ABM, UMS, stem, and gas. Very good. Yun ang tinatawag natin na strand. These are the strands under academic track. Importante kasi na malaman natin ito, class. Para aram natin kung di kita ma-target pag out natin sa college. Okay. Next, there are 4 strands under the TVL track. Name 2 using their complete name. May gawan sin upat na strand under TVL track. Nano ito sinda? Singa sa TVL, nano ang 4 strands? Mga nano ito sinda? Nano na strand? These are? Ano? Tulin-tulin sa Google. Very good. Agri-fishery arts. Agri-fishery arts strand. HE or home economics strand. Industrial arts strand. And information and communication technology strand. Gusto yun, class? Ang TVL, basi naisip natin, ay, ang TVL, BPP dayon. No. Pag sinabi natin sa TVL, pwede kita sa agri-fishery arts strand. Gusto natin, ay, gusto ko mag-alaga baboy, gusto ko mag-alaga baka, gusto ko small and large ruminants. Kay panigo kami pastuhan, gusto ko mag-TVL. Dili ako sa agri-fishery arts strand. Ay, igo kami bakery, igo kami sa irugsana. Ay, home economics ako kay may cookery, may BPP. Ay, gusto ko man magpanday, kay para panday si irugsani. Igo kami sin hardware. Pero I just want to proceed for gusto ko maging electrical or mechanical engineer or nano pa. You proceed with industrial arts and design perhaps. And gusto ko maging chemical engineer. Ma-TVL ako pero ICT strand. Okay, thank you so much. Why is senior high school mandatory for all Filipino students? Naman kay mandatory. Naman kay mandatory siya. Do you think, class? What's the answer? Why is it senior high school is mandatory for all Filipino students? Because? Mandatory because? Walang sagot? Bakit mandatory? Once you are obliged. Because, yes, Blade. To improve Filipino student skills, pwede, night-night. Night-night, tintin. Oh, basta. Because it is a law. Batas siya, class. Alam natin na we are governed by law. On top of our societal and civil rules, we are governed by law. Okay, pinapatakbo tayo ng batas sa Pilipinas that has been signed by the President of the Philippines. Last question. What is TESDA's role in the TVL track? Ano ngayon ang role ni TESDA? Kasi sabihin natin, TESDA lang ina, turo TESDA. Ano man lang ina siya, dili na lang ako TESDA. But there's a big role functioned by the TESDA. Anong role niya? I think si Mr. Malacaste merong siyang INC, in driving. That's a competency. Maganda yon. I just don't know if it's driving or ano. Anong role ni TESDA? Ang role niya ay, because TVL courses offered may or very good NC2 Barbie, that's true, that's correct. May or may not have a national certificate that is equivalent to TESDA. Kaya, yung sa TVL natin, the BPP, suppose you have or you receive the NC2 and BPP, nakaka-receive tayo niyan. At alam natin na national certificate is comparable to those individuals who landed a job outside the country. Kasi INSI lang naman, pwede na tayo magtrabaho sa ibang bansa. Okay? I think I have come to my last slide and perhaps if the time is 10 and I just don't know if Sir Ken is already in the meeting and I will accommodate some questions. If you have something to ask concerning senior high school updates and primer on students handbook. Okay? I'm done, Miss Cheryl, if there are some queries or questions.
Thank you so much, Sir Alwan. Is there any questions from the students, or we're good?
Especially the grade 10, if you have something to clarify concerning about grade 11 or especially our grade 11 also, and grade 12, if you have something to ask. Okay. Baka may question kayo, pwede siguro 5 minutes lang ako. Or 10 minutes for your clarification.
Yes.
Thank you.
You can go ahead and open your camera and raise your hand. Go ahead, it's okay to ask. If you have clarification and questions to our guest speaker.
Sige na, maghungaan may hunga para inan maklaruhan ka mo. Lalo na itong nahihirapan pa kung ano talaga ang indakuha or I mean, ano ba ang gas,
Yes.
ano ang para mas ano.
It's better to ask now students para at least ma-enlighten ka mo that after this online event that everything that you need to know as well. All right, I think there's no more questions. So we'll proceed on the next one. So we really appreciate Sir Alvin Mahawan. That's very informative and timely topic as what he mentioned. Cube is the key to the world, to your dreams, and for us, for you students to have a better life. Right now, we will proceed on the awarding of certificate to our guest speaker. We will be giving a certificate of commendation coming from Liceo de Aroroy, formerly Andres Soriano Junior Memorial School, is awarded to a certificate of commendation is awarded to Sir Alvin M. Mahawan in grateful recognition of his service rendered as resource speaker during the online career guidance for junior, a senior high school at Liceo de Arroy on March 3rd, 2021. Awarded this third day of March 2021, assigned by Madam Myrna V. Laurio, our school coordinator, Miss Clyde Boliseg, and our school director as well, Reverend Father Marcelo S. M.
Thank you so
Can we give
much.
Sir Alvin, sir, can we give Sir Alvin a virtual clap, please?
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, sir.
So much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Now, on a message to be given to us by Reverend Father Marcelo S. M., our school director. You may now turn off your audio, please, to avoid interruption.
Rolando, mic mo.
Bati mo meron? Bati mo? Bati?
Just as the passion of Christ to follow only the plan and will of the Father. You too shall focus on your passion to realize your impossible dream become a reality and not stay positive. You can do it because you have the desire and passion to just do it. Second, honor and respect and obey your parents because when you honor and respect your parents, then God will listen to your parents in inspiration. God shall bless you, gives and gives. not just happy and long life, but most importantly, God will bless you with wealth. Ultimately, the Lord God shall give to hers of the joy and peace of the kingdom of heaven. Finally, you shall find that in whatever walks of life you travel because of your willingness to walk the less traveled. Good luck, good heart, get blessed. Remind yourself. Leviticus 12, 1 Peter 1, Matthew 5. Be holy and perfect, because your Father in heaven is perfect and thank you and congratulations. A message from our school director, Reverend Father Marcelo.
Yes, that was indeed a very message coming from our school director. Right now, we'll proceed on the second speaker of today. So, to introduce the second guest speaker, I may now call on Miss Laika Alberto, our grade 12 guest advisor.
Thank you, Ma'am She. Okay, so good morning again, everyone. Our speaker for today is a magna cum laude graduate with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology for Adventist University of the Philippines. He passed the board licensure examination for psychometrician and psychologist last November 2019. And now, currently taking dual master's program or MA in psychology and MA in guidance and counseling in Adventist University of the Philippines and employed as a contract of service instructor in the BSMSCAT. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Mr. Jeter Ken V. Patalinghog, RPM. A round of applause, please.
Okay, good morning everyone. Is my audio okay po?
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Let
sir.
let me share my
Good
screen for a
morning,
bit.
sir.
Good morning. Ang
Good
active
morning,
naman.
sir.
Hello guys.
Morning, sir.
Okay, so sa Sir my role, sir, can I share my screen?
Okay po, sir.
Ayun.
Wait lang po.
Sana all guwapo.
Oh,
Students, kalma lang.
thank you so much. So yun, once again, good morning everyone. And I'm so glad to be with you this wonderful morning. First and foremost, First and foremost, my respect goes to the key officials of Liceo de Aroroy. I'm sorry po kasi hindi ko na-ask beforehand yung names nila, but my utmost respect to them. To the coordinators of this event as well, and Sir Alvin Mahawan for the privilege of inviting me to share to the students right now a very timely topic po and relevant, especially for the grade 12 students. When Sir Alvin invited me, I was hesitating to say yes kasi I did not experience K to 12 myself. I don't have the first-hand experience. How does it feel to be like grade 11 and 12, hindi compared to you guys? Kasi when we were in fourth year high school, kami po yung last batch na hindi nag-graduate with K to 12. We were the last batch of the Beck curriculum, yung 4 years lang. And then after our batch came the first batch for the senior high school. And there was a lot of controversy back then. And yes, Sir Alvin explained that earlier kanina. Thank you so much, sir, for comprehensive topic about the primer of senior high. So this presentation class is based on my interviews from cousins and friends po who took senior high school curriculum. So I hope you will listen and don't worry because this will only take, I believe, 30 minutes. No? Just give me 30 minutes. When I was studying psychology, I realized that yung attention span ng students right now is not more than 30 minutes. That's why I will try my best to explain the four exits of senior high and hopefully give you an idea on what to do, on what to choose, what kind of exit you will have in the future. So before we start, I prepared here several thought-provoking questions for everyone, not just the students, but also to our teachers, to our faculties. The first is, in one word, how would you describe yourself 5 years from now? Just answer it within yourself. Okay? Second question is, what really is education? And then lastly, if you are given a chance to turn back the time only once to change something, what would that be? So yung reason po bakit ko na-ask yung this kind of questions is for you to be emotionally oriented regarding sa kabugat sa naton topic right now. It's very important because class, among the big three choices in life, together with romantic partner and faith, career is one of the big three. It is very important na for us to talk about this, especially this time where students are very confused. Some of them are having identity crisis kasi they were not informed about this. Some would accept na lang yung mga, alam niyo yun, yung mga whim ng parents, yung suggestion ng parents and relatives nila kung ano yung iti-take nila in the future. And that's not good because you will lose yourself on the process. Career is something you need to decide for yourself, class. Kaya siguro at some point, I'm envious and you are very lucky to have this kind of program. Back then kasi, dili siya ginatagan sa importance and we were not given the chance to have this career guidance orientation. But before going further, let me start with this quote. If you know Mitch Albom, a very famous author, I read his book, I think 2 months ago, The Next Person You Meet in Heaven. All of these books are good. Pero ito, one of the best. And Mitch said that no story sits by itself. Our lives interweave like threads on a loom, connected in ways we never realize. I believe, class, dear faculties, that my schedule, meeting your schedule, is not a coincidence. God has a purpose for this meeting. It may be an online meeting, but God has a purpose for this. This morning we will talk about three things, and I have just three objectives for today. First is to know what is the difference between career education and career guidance. Okay? Second one is learning the differences between the four exits of senior high school, which is basically the meat of our topic this morning. And lastly, to know the life after schooling. So I hope you're excited right now, but before going further, before talking about career education, I would like everyone to have a short of an activity. I'm requesting you to please stand up and find someone na makaka-high five nyo. Okay? So stand from your seat, find someone that you can high five para ma-break yung, alam nyo, yung stagnancy natin. So find someone, and high five that someone. Okay.
Where we're done po.
Okay, some are done. Okay. Para at least maalis yung boredom sa pagkaupo niyo. Okay, I think everyone now is ready. Now, let's first differentiate the difference between career education and career guidance. So first is career education. When you talk about career education class, ito yung meaning nun. Career education is developing knowledge, skills, and attitudes through a planned program or curriculum of learning experience in education and training, settings which will assist all students to make informed decisions about their study or work options and enable effective participation in their working life. So basically, career education is preparation. Preparing helps you to develop knowledge, skills, and attitudes for the future work. Now, how about career guidance and counseling? Now, it's different with career education because career guidance and counseling is assisting individual to make educational, training, and occupational choices and to manage their careers and move from general understanding of life and work to a specific understanding of a realistic learning and work options that are open to them. So basically, when you want it to be in a nutshell class, career education is preparing you. Career guidance or counseling is helping you to choose. Okay? So your elementary, your high school, your college education is career education. It it gives you an opportunity to develop skills, talents, and strength that you will use in order for your future job. And career guidance helps you to choose which among the jobs is suited for you. Okay, so yun yung difference nila. Career guidance, preparation. Career education, preparation, career guidance is choosing. Now, this is very important because a lot of students before, especially when I was in high school, pag tinatawag sila sa guidance, na, huy, ginapatawag ka sa guidance, it means na ikaw kasansala. It means na you did something wrong. But that's not actually the case, no? Right now, the purpose of career guidance or the guidance counselor is for the students or people make career decisions also. It has been the fundamental to counseling psychology since its emergence as a profession, and it continues to be central to its identity today. Study by Gelso and Fetz in 2001. We often think now when we are in guidance office, or facing guidance counselor, we are reprimanded. It's about delinquency, but no. When you come to guidance counselor's office, it also means having career guidance, career counseling, also relationship problems, and everyday problems that you will encounter in life. So hindi lang no, let us break that stigma that when you're going to a guidance office, it means na you are delinquent. So yun yung career guidance and career education. Now, to the meat of our study this morning, what are the career path towards the 4 senior high school exit? So here you are, the higher education, and the employment, entrepreneurship, middle level skills development. And Sir Alvin actually gave pahapyaw ng 4 exits. And today, we will learn, based on my interviews and on research back in college, I will give you advantage and disadvantage of each career exits. And hopefully, towards the end, it will help you to choose what kind of exit you will have in the future. So without further ado, let's go with the first one, the higher education, or commonly known as going to college. So senior high school students or graduates who would want to pursue a degree course in higher education may directly inquire at any colleges and universities in their area. Or you may also inquire CHED, the Commission on Higher Education, for recognized programs of schools per region. If given the chance, or if you have more questions later, can chat me and I will give you the link about this. Hello? Nawala ba yung screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Nawala.
Okay, wait lang po. For a bit. Ayun. Okay. Okay na po.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Going back sa higher education, no? Each region or each locality have different sets of courses offered. And you can inquire, Ched, about this. We have our state universities, our state colleges, and other non-DepEd schools nga, just like what Sir Alvin said earlier, he presented earlier. And you could go to their respective date platforms, online platforms, and inquire them regarding their offered courses. And that way, you can take college degree course or bachelor's course. But then, um, if I'm not mistaken, most of the courses or degree courses in college takes 4 years to complete. Other would take six, some five, and dentistry six, ophthalmology. I'm not sure, but if there are more than four, parang part sila ng sciences and health. So ayun, could take higher education and inquire to respective universities and colleges about the program offered. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of going to higher education exit in senior high? First is more work opportunities in the future. Whether we like it or not, class, companies and institutions will hire proficient students and also students na merong diploma, merong sa TOR nila proof of a degree course, a 4-year course, because that's much more competent for them, no? In paper lang, in paper as well, but not entirely. We are not basing when I worked in a call center before, and we're not basing talaga completely sa TOR ng students, but his or her abilities, skills, and attitudes. Pero it's also important to have that in your paper, especially during interviews, in your CVs. When you have a degree course or bachelor's degree, then it's an eye candy for the human resource management. Number two is higher order workforce or white collar jobs. Now, when you graduate in college, of course, you could take higher order jobs, especially if you will proceed to master's program, HD programs. In case of the allied health and sciences, if you take if you pursue medicine, proceed to medicine and specialization, then yes, you have a higher order workforce. And lastly, higher educational attainment. Now, for me personally, hindi siya magde-define ng katauhan mo. But then when you are a graduate of a bachelor's degree, it makes you have that sense of fulfillment. Not only you, but your family, your friends, your relatives as well. So yun, when you graduate in higher education, then you have a higher educational attainment and sense of achievement as well. When you talk about naman disadvantages, higher education, of course, would take a lot of time, money, and effort. Hindi biro po yung mag-college. Ako personally, in our school, we we have a total assessment of 64,000 per semester, but it includes everything na, yung board and lodging, yung yung tuition, yung miscellaneous and such. But yes, indeed, college degree course would take a lot of time, money, and effort. It's not something you should joke with. You have to plan ahead, you have to consider many things. So that's higher education. Okay, so ayun class, very fast no. For higher education, that's my take on that exit. And for number two, we'll talk about employment. When you talk about employment, any senior high school graduate who plans to work after senior high school can check with PESO or the Public Employment Service Office in their locality for possible job vacancies, or they can browse in Department of Labor and Employment for possible local employment. Right after senior high school, then of course you can apply for a job. It's something the current curriculum offers na hindi makita sa BEC. Kasi before sa aming curriculum in our batch, we really need to proceed to college before working. Makaka-work ka nga sa batch namin pero not not that stable job, hindi maganda yung sweldo, and and that's enough motivation for you para hindi magpatuloy. But then for senior high school, this is something amazing in your curriculum kasi after graduating, you could apply for a job na. I shared earlier na I worked in HR of the call center agency, KGB company, and then they they are hiring customer service representatives one, and minimum qualification is a senior high school graduate. So we have a lot of senior high school there who work at call center, and amazing how can they offer such jobs to senior high school. So yun, may be a it may be a cons or pros for you depending on where you're coming from, but for me, yes, it's a benefit for the students, especially those na hindi blessed with a lot of financial properties. So yes, that's for employment. And for our employment, we have also advantage and disadvantages. What are the advantage of employment? First, you work right after graduation. Okay, when you graduate in senior high, then you work. You gain money na, and because of that, you can invest early and study later. This is based on an interview with a friend who took employment as his senior high school exit. After graduation in grade 12, he he took he took a job at at Manila, and then he invested his money and he studied later after siguro 3 years na pag-work, and achieved his dreams as an attorney. So what are the disadvantage of employment? First is you will have only entry-level jobs. Yung mga jobs na not higher order workforce, and yung salary nila is not that high. But then, yes, you can enter a job. So yun lang disadvantage. And number two, stagnancy. When I was contemplating to work, because last year rather, sorry, 2019 August, I was supposed to enroll in med school in Southwestern. But then, pandemic came, and sabi ng friend ko na Kuya Ken, merong offering sa DBSMSCAT na they were hiring for psychology instructors, and I took the opportunity. But my tita suggested na if you want to study more, then you have to proceed. Kasi if you work right now, parang parang it will give you a sense of accomplishment, and tatamarin ka na sa pagkaklase. And that's somewhat true. A lot of my cousins, when they want to proceed to masters, pero since they took a job, hindi na sila nag-proceed kasi parang nasatisfy na sila sa sweldo nila, and to think na you are receiving money every month is somewhat tempting. Hindi ka na makaproceed or makaka-achieve ng more, especially in your educational faculty of life, kung you are satisfied with your job right now. So ayun. Disadvantage niya, stagnancy. You will not improve yourself. But case to case basis pa rin siya, no? If a person is really determined to proceed another educational attainment, then he or she can. So yun lang. For me, these are the advantages and disadvantages of the employment exit. Number three, very fast, very fast. Bear with me, guys. Number three, entrepreneurship. Senior high school graduates who plan to pursue the entrepreneurship exit will have to consider many things. Take note of this. You will have to consider many things. They have to be cautious lest they end up losing money invested in business. And the Philippine business industry come up with a list of ideas where prospective entrepreneurs can start and grow their own business in the Philippines. So to those senior high school grade 12 students who are contemplating to proceed with entrepreneurship exit, you can visit this site because this will give you ideas of what to to start, especially your own business here in the Philippines. Now, what are the advantage and disadvantage of entrepreneurship, yung business? Advantage is, of course, high return. Most people that I know, especially yung mga senior high school na mga friends or mga juniors ko, who took entrepreneurship exit and manage their own business, marami na silang na-earn right now. Yes, that's very true. Kasi it's a business nga. So that's one advantage. Second one, you train how you it trains you how to handle money well. When you have your own business, it gives you an opportunity to be a good money manager. So ayun. And lastly, you own your time. In this world where time is very important, time is really and indeed gold. It's very important to balance and to to delegate schedules of your daily time. Time is the greatest commodity God has given us, and when you own your time, you have the luxury to spend it on the things that are very very important. So yun yung advantage ng entrepreneurship kasi you own your time. Now, disadvantage naman is it's a high risk. Not all business individuals, entrepreneurs would be successful on their field of work. That's harsh reality. Okay, class, remember that. Hindi lahat ng nag-enter ng business would would have 100% of succeeding. And it requires higher risk taking skills, attitude for you to be successful in this field. Number two, you start from scratch. Now, unless you are taking care of your family business, pero pag you are an entrepreneur, if you want to be an entrepreneur na wala talaga from the start, walang family business, and you want to start your own business, you have to start from the scratch. And mind you, this is based on a personal experience by my friend. Ang pinakamahirap sa entrepreneurship is yung first 2 years ng business. Yes, first 2 years ng business. And 2 years is a very long time. It might give you the idea of giving up in that span of 2 years. And yes, mahirap siya when you are starting from scratch. So yun po ang disadvantage ng entrepreneurship exit. Okay, lastly, we will talk about middle level skills development. Senior high school learners or graduates who may want to pursue middle level skills development after finishing a specific track and strand in senior high school may inquire at their local TESDA offices for the courses offered in their locality. So those who went to technical vocational livelihood track, I think Sir Alvin expounded this earlier, and earned the national certification level 2 may apply for a higher level of national certification if they opt to do so. So many opportunities of certifications and trainings for students or senior high school who would choose middle level skills development. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of middle-level skills development exit? First is certification will allow you to get higher paying jobs. Okay? When you get your NC2 or other certification, it's also an eye candy sa paper nyo when you apply for a job in certain companies and certain institutions. This will give you an edge to other applicants, no? If you have more certification and trainings. Ito yung nalagap ko na information. Especially, I have 3 friends now in abroad who pursued mid-level skills development exit. And yes, when you pursue this exit, it gives you more opportunity to go abroad, to study abroad or to work abroad. What are the disadvantages naman ng middle skills development? First, it takes time, effort, and money. Yes, hindi siya biro. Though there are certification and trainings na free, but in order to really attain the skills and to really have that training that you need, you have to spend time, effort, and money. And lastly, the disadvantage is availability of certification trainings. I'm not sure here sa test na natin in Masbate, but my friend shared to me sa place nila na trainings and certifications are not always available. No, hindi siya laging available. And sometimes they would wait for 6 months before a training would appear, especially on in connection with their course or with a field they want to get into. So ayun, hindi siya hindi siya always available yung certification and trainings. Additional info for our senior high school graduates. Senior high school may go to any curriculum exit regardless of the senior high school track that they took. If a learner took up TVL track, he or she can still enroll in college to pursue higher education. Okay, remember this. Regardless of your senior high school track, you can pursue any exit. I repeat, regardless of your ASHS track, you may go to any exit. Okay? Moreover, after entering a specific exit, any senior high school graduate may proceed to another exit. For example, a graduate who chooses to pursue higher education and gets employed after education may enter into a business or pursue middle level skills development while employed. So when you, for example, you're graduating this year and you took entrepreneurship, you have your own business, you you attended seminars on how to increase the profit of your business. And after that, you could take, pag nakaipon ka na ng marami, then you could take higher education naman. So regardless of your track and regardless whatever specific exit you enter, you can always go to another exit like middle skills development or higher education. Nonetheless, class, whatever curriculum exit senior high school graduates pursue is their own decision. Again, career choice is something you decide for your own. You cannot let other people dictate for you what kind of work you will have in the future. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na, ma, pa, ikaw na lang decide para sa akin. No. You have to decide for yourself. And they only have to maximize their talents and resources in order to be successful. As what author and speaker Mark R. Douglas said, you're responsible for everything you do. So basically, that's all for my presentation this morning, the 4 exits of senior high. And I hope that my interviews, those disadvantage and advantages help you decide what kind of exit you will take in the future. Now, lastly, before we end, I would like to share this. What is life after schooling? Have you pondered this question before? What is life after schooling? Now, class, schooling and education is completely different. No? Magkaiba talaga sila. Siguro from prep to kinder to elementary and to high school and even college, that is what you call schooling. Okay? Di ba sa career education, it's preparation for you to have that skills and abilities and attitudes for the future life. So that's your elementary, high school, and even college. That is what we call schooling. And whether you like it or not, class, whether you graduate or not, schooling has an end. There is an end to schooling, always. Kung mag-graduate ka man or dili, schooling has always an end. Education po is very different kasi when you talk about education, education doesn't end after schooling. It's something you experience day by day. It's a lifelong commitment. You see, regardless of what path you take after senior high school, regardless of what kind of exit you will have in the future, your education doesn't end there. It's a continuous character building, continuous process. Knowledge po kung ano man ang naarman nyo sa school, from preparatory to college, is useless without character and application. And most of you, if not all, sa mga students from the Liceo de Aroroy, maybe yan na ko lang kamo nakita o yan na ko lang kamo na-meet. But whether you are a complete stranger or not, I hope and pray that even after schooling, you will not stop learning and becoming better version of yourself. Albert Einstein put it this way very nicely. And sabi niya, education is what remains after one has forgotten everything he learned in school. And before I end, I would like to share a very important promise found in the Bible and also my favorite Bible verse for everyone. That God has plans for each and every one of us. Plans to prosper us and not to harm us. Plans to give us hope in the future. To all students and faculties of Liceo de Aroroy, I wish you all the best sa lahat ng endeavors nyo in the future. Mabuhay po kamutanan. Thank you so much for listening.
Mr. Jeter Ken.
Yes, sir.
That was
Thank you.
very there are of a lot of realization sent your talk for this online meeting. Right now, we'll go and let's go ahead and do the awarding for the certificates for our speaker for today.
Sure, screen nga niyo.
Oh, ano? Yes, Sir Myrold.
Wait lang, miss. Kani-stress ako.
It's okay, sir. Take your time.
Base may mga questions, miss, ano estudyante natin, miss?
Nakamute ka, miss.
Oh, sorry, sir. If you have questions, you can go ahead and raise your hand. You'll see there at the right part, pwedeng mag-raise ng hand, or you can go ahead and put all your questions or clarifications in our chat box.
And also, miss, the attendance was reopened. Pwede po sila mag-attend
Yes,
sa
the
mga wala pa.
this is yes. You can go ahead and access the attendance link that we sent on the chat box as well. Pwede nyo i-click po ina siya para maka-attendance ka mo before we end the online meeting. Any questions? I think we'll proceed.
Miss, pasend man o po sa attendance sa chat box.
Yes, we'll be sending again the link.
Thank you, Miss.
Sir. Yes, sir. So we'll proceed on the awarding to our guest speaker. So we are awarding the certificate coming from Liceo de Aroroy, formerly Andres Soriano Junior Memorial School. Certificate of commendation is awarded to Mr. Jetterken V. Patalinghog in grateful recognition of his service rendered as resource speaker during the online career guidance for junior and senior high school at Liceo de Aroroy on March 3rd, 2021. Awarded this 3rd day of March 2021. Signed by our school principal, Madam Myrna V, our school guidance coordinator, Miss Clyde B. Boliseg, and from our school director, Reverend Father Marcelo S. M. Congratulations, sir, Jether, Paul. Let's have our virtual clap, please.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, everyone.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
So
Jether.
we'll proceed to the awarding of certificates to the participants, but we would like to make sure if we answer all your questions, clarifications before we jump into the next one. Any
So my
message
congratulations to our
additional?
last speaker.
Yes.
Congrats and thank
Any
you so
additional?
much. So comprehensive speech and discussion. God bless.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Madam Myrna. Right now, we'll proceed on the awarding of certificates to the participants. So this one, we set a example of a certificate for all those who participated in this online meeting. So here, we'll be giving you a coming from the Sayo de Arroy, formerly ASJMS, our certificate of participation. So as you see, blanco pa siya. So you can go ahead and we'll put the name of all the participants. Make sure that you sign in the attendance that we put on the chat room to make sure that to make sure na may proof kami na nag-attend kayo sa online meeting, so we can give you the certificate of participation. So this one is an online career guidance for junior and senior high school on March 3rd, 2021 at Liceo de Aroroy, given as well this 3rd of March of 2021. Thank you very much. Now we'll proceed on the acknowledgement coming from our vigorous, radiant principal of Liceo de Arroy, Madam Myrna V. Laurio.
Oh, you know what's wrong? No, you can.
Madam, di ba na nabati, madam? Madam,
No.
di siya nabati, madam. Ikaw na lang, madam.
Yes.
No.
Ano ka nag-istorya, madam?
No.
Throughout the guidance activity. At the outset, my praises and great thanks to Almighty God for His blessing, mercy, and guidance throughout history guidance activity. And talented guest speakers, I am happy expressing my deepest and sincerest gratitude to both of you, Sir Alvin M. Howan and Sir Jeffrey Chen V. Patilingho, for being with us at this moment of uncertainty of our senior students. With your expertise, dynamism, sincerity, vision, and motivation, we firmly believe that our students are united, inspired, and guided their path to follow their dreams. Sir Alvin and Sir Jeter have my salute for sharing us your side an invaluable service for the betterment of our future leaders. Surely, you become their living stars, guiding them to their safe journey toward their final destination. We are grateful indeed. The time and effort sharing us your thoughts and ideas. Thank you so much, dear brothers. I'm also extending my heartfelt thanks to our school director, Reverend Father Marcelo M, for his inspiring words, and most especially to our Masias Superintendent, Reverend Father Cordova, for his yes to help this virtual career guidance program. My special thanks also to our school guidance coordinator, President Sir Myron Cornell, for all their efforts and putting up everything, making
Sino nakapang-open cam?
we bring them members to all committees. My big thanks for their unwavering support and guiding their students up to the end, especially at this time of pandemic. To the parents and students, my sincere appreciation for their active participation, attentiveness, and cooperation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Madam Myrna V. Laurio. I would like to congratulate all of the students. Thank you for attending the online meeting, and we thanks to our speaker for this morning, Mr. Jeter and Mr. Alvin Mahawan.
Alright, thank you so much, Gayud. Gusto ko lang magpasalamat lalo na kan Sir Ken. Sir Ken, thank you so much for at least spending time with us. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Sir Alvin.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sir
Can you go
Alvin and
ahead
Sir
and
Jeter.
yes, sir. Right now, can you go ahead and turn on your camera, please? So we are going to do a pictorial. We'll take
Wow.
pictures. Take Yes, here you go.
Ano si Sir Alvin?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, madam.
Sir Alvin, si Sir Jeter. Dapat together with them kita.
With our speaker as well. To please the camera.
Grade 12 Yums, paki-open sa camera nyo po.
Yes, paki-open po sa ninyo camera, students.
Off mic lang, camera lang po niyo open.
Yes. Yes. Off mic, camera on.
Pakiapin po sa mga camera please, kana ma-documentation po kita. And ang mga wala po ka-attendance, please visit our chat box. Ato po dito ng link sa nato na attendance. Okay, base po dili ka maka-attendance, sayang po siyang pag-attend.
Sir, wala man, sir.
Wait lang, kaya kita akong call.
Sir, ma-open sang cam.
Turn off, turn on.
Ayan lang.
Turn on. Screenshot kayo, madam? Para sa link sa...
Ano, i-turn off o turn on ang camera?
Turn on.
Ano kayo naka-turn off sinda?
Grade 10 pa-return on ang camera niya.
Paki-visit na lang po sa atong chat box para po sa attendance, ang mga wala po ka-attendance.
Sir, sadlangan attendance natin ang sa ato na kanina.
Opo, gin-reopen ko lang po, ma'am.
Okay po. Wala ko pang closing.
Noted, sir.
Pag po tabi sa camera ni po tanan,
Hindi ko, sir, ma-open camera ko.
Grade 12 Yums ang camera nyo. Ay, makita. Mayroon ka nakikita.
tapos ng pictorial, wala pa. Opo, madam. Open po sa camera, tag mag-smile po, mabilang po ako, ha. Wala pa tabi ang iba, Sir Benjamin. Mag-open po tabing camera tanan.
Yes, sir.
Please turn on your cameras, please.
May nag-martilyo.
Sir, matingil, sir.
Open cam.
Julius Place, Night Night, Adrian Roy, Benjamin,
Sakit
Hani,
talinga.
Bartolome, mag-open po kamong camera, please lang. Sino pa yung mga wara?
Cheryl, naka-turn off.
Turn off. Sir Mike, i-turn on ang camera or turn off?
Hi po, sir.
Ay, pag nasa
Sige na.
ako.
Miss Clyde, ikaw na po, Miss Clyde, mag-screenshot, Miss Clyde, sa laptop.
Okay na. Meron ako, sir, naka-screenshot. Okay na.
Oh, okay na, sir? Thank you po.
Okay na. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Ikaw na lang, Mr. Thank you, sir.
Sir Ken, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sir Alvin. Thank you, sir.
Shoutout kay Lens. Garo ganda si Lens.
You're such a wonderful people.
Roy, Roy.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Uy, tinaw ba na mainit? Uy,
Ano ba
pilit
yun?
na mo na. Bye. May gang. Uy, gang. Pwede naman ata.
Kapod ni ano si...
Uy, babay na class.
Bye.
Bye!
Ang mga wala po naka-attendance, please. Paki-fill out po sa natin attendance sheet
Sir, tapos na
para
po.
po ma-acknowledge po ninyo presence.
Ito si Biniso.
We have 79
Ito mo,
attendees.
10
Okay na po, sir.
Genesis.
Okay, thank you. Sige na po.
Tintin.
Ulit na! Baka man yung battery. Bye, guys.
Hi, guys. Magrata.
Ha?
Hotdog.
Sadya atay nasama niyo po.
Thunder nyo. Thunder nyo, pagod na.
Pagpiratan sa kakusan.
Barato lang yun eh.
Maribok.
Pagkaribok.
Say mo lang, Roy, ang maribok.
Ay, Saudi.
Hindi kina-open ang secret sa open ang secret.
Saan natin?
Sige na, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
Sir, pati gusto mo. Pati gusto mo, inabaligya po. Pararat na sinda. Mahalin na kita.
Nada pa daw.
Kasi na Christian Tagalog.
Leave na ka mo kay record. Iniha, bala ka mo.
Hello po. Sa gusto po, sa makakakita po sini, ano po, PM lang po. Uy, Genesis.
Nakapun mo picturean. Pero man na yung kunikudan kay may ginahanap ako. Sa labas mo.
Me. Pamputi. Lo, manners ka mo. Manners ang tulo.
Roy!
Okay, mapatoryo tro.
Sige tama ano?
Roy!
Ha?
Nurse ako, doktor si Tintin. Pasyente naman si Daryl.
Oo, may sakit pa nina. Kung pwede daw magpatoryo tro. Ano?
Barbalas, 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 si ano tayo? Ex ni Christine si Dagoy? Sino si Dagoy? Ay, nagawin gulilin.
Nung ako yung panagalan ni Tintin.
Ay, sa Tagaligan. Uy, sa Tagaligan. Kalimut ako, pero may tasa sa kanina. Baby, baby,
Di na tutod. Tutod.
Ay, manda.
Di na to din story or ano? Tawo kita.
Yan na, kanina.
Mas okay siya sa ano? Discord. Si Tintin, si Binis.
Hindi lang tayo, huwag ipakita. Sino sa do?
Si Daryl.
Darlene, si Darlene. Wala mo na pasyente.
Ay, malala na ina.
Wow! Hindi ako nababatin, Mike.
It's raining.
Sorry, Hollywood player na.
Barbie love, Barbie,
Roy, nakal.
Ano?
Walang bungaw pa nga. Shoutout sa inyo. Hoy, bungaw! May kisend ako sa imo. Hoy!
Baba. Yan na lang si...
Bungaw! May kisend ako sa imo.
Mga paselfie na.
Sino si Mary?
Kuno ko blade si ninya. Live in get it daw. Oh, sana ko nag-left. Wala kasabay pa yung sa record. Oo, nakalimutan na ako.
Nakarap daw ko. Ikaw. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. See you.
One.
Letter.
Letter.
A letter.